വോയിസ് ഇല്ല സതീഷ്, വോയിസ് ഇല്ല.
Hello, hello.
ഇപ്പൊ കേൾക്കാം.
Okay. Hari Om and Namaste to everyone. We are so happy that all of you have accepted our invitation to be here to see this show. This is the first ever show by VijnAnVikAs and the Pattern Institute on the online forum. Namaste, and I hope you will all enjoy this show, which is based on chapter 15 of the Bhagavad Gita. But before that, today is Guru-Poornima, and also it's called as the Vedavyasa Jayanti. Vedavyasa means knowledge compiler or knowledge integrator. So we are in fact celebrating the day of knowledge integration. Whoever compiles knowledge as well as integrate it into the student's mind is a Vedavyasa. So we pay our respects to all such gurus. Like the full moon reflects the sunlight best, so too the light of wisdom from the guru must reflect from the minds of students. The full moon day signifies this. And on this day, we rededicate ourselves to the great gurus and the teachers who have led us forward. Personally, I would like to pay my respects to the great, my first gurus, my father, the late Professor Mundyat Krishnankuti Menon, and my late mother, Mrs. Leela Krishnankuti Menon, on this auspicious occasion. I also remember my Balavikas Guru, Mrs. Sarala Mullot, who I call Saralamai, who must be watching this from Chennai in India. And Mr. Vishwanathan, who I call Vishwetan, who was my friend, philosopher and guide during my teens and continue to do so. I also place on record my sincere respect to Mr. S. Anandanarayanan, retired director of Naval Physical and Oceanographic Laboratory and a distinguished scientist at DRDO, who laid the foundations of right attitudes and strategies at workplace. He must also be on this show. He is actually on this show. He waved his hand. He is joining us from Cochin, India. There are many more such lights that enlightened the consciousness to various aspects of truth, human as well as non-human, to all of whom I bow and pay my respects at this time. The role of the guru or the teacher is paramount in the shaping of human intellect and behavior. He helps us to identify our knowledge deficits, the source of ignorance, and the remedies to correct it. He reveals the truth as well as the strategies to sift the untruth from the truth. The guru is the embodiment of knowledge as well as its effect of reflection, connection, and applications. He imparts the students with the practices, love, knowledge, and to identify with that knowledge. All these requirements require the student to possess viveka, discrimination, vairagya, the power of mind to withstand distractions, samadhi, shatka sambati, the 6 mental disciplines, and ultimately mumukshutvam, the eagerness to break free from limitations. These very characteristics are what the Upanishads teach the student, both for living as well as for life, thereby enhancing the standard of living as well as the standard of life. Chapter 15 of the Bhagavad Gita is the sum total of all Upanishadic wisdom, summarized in merely 20 slokas. The children have been going through this chapter this last year, our VijnAnVikAs children, and are now depicting what they learned. It is the part of the process of practice, chanting, knowing, understanding, reflecting, making connections to applications, and then applying selflessly in a way of practicing it. The effort these children put in through this process should leave indelible impressions in their minds and should stand them in good stead in the life ahead. Uthamam, the paths to perfection, we hope will help us all to remind ourselves of these infinite potentials that lie within us as the power of the infinite self, within to be tapped as at the behest of all our eternal gurus. Namaste. And now I will hand over the mic to the Master of Ceremonies, one of our students, Vivian students, Arjun Girishan. So I'm going to now stop the screensaver and then screen sharing, and then Arjun will take over from there.
Namaste. This echo, I guess. Namaste. And a very good evening to all. I welcome you to Uthamam, a cultural show based on chapter 15 of the Bhagavad Gita. This will mark the first ever virtual show by the Pattern Institute of VijnAnVikAs. Today's show will be showcasing the message of Purushottama Yoga as the path towards perfection. Before we start, we will have our traditional custom of lighting of the auspicious lamp by Vivian, Pranav's and Gaurav's grandmother, Krishnakumari Amuma.
वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। गुरु ब्रह्मा गुरु विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरा गुरु साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। असतो मा सद्गमय तामसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मामृतं गमय।
VijnAnVikas provides a unique alliance between the imparting of knowledge for self-actualization and the dovetailing of higher order value systems in the pursuit of excellence. VijnAnVikas started functioning informally in 2003 and was formally registered in India as a charitable trust in 2012. The Pattern Institute works under the aegis of VijnAnVikas. The Institute conducts Gita Intelligence workshops and seminars. Gita Intelligence brings Bhagavad Gita wisdom to the children and the youth. Our chief guest for the evening is Sri K.R. Nair, Mr. Nair worked as the chief cricket writer of Gulf News in Dubai for 26 years. In India, he has worked with the Indian Express, Sunday Mail, Links News Agency, and he was also a reporter for Associated Press and BBC for Sharjah cricket tournaments in the 1980s and 90s. He has also reported several cricket tournaments, which include 7 Cricket World Cups, 4 T20 World Cups, 5 Champions Trophy, and Asia Cup tournaments spanning over 3 decades. He has also reported the historic India-Pakistan series in India and Pakistan, Under-19 World Cup, Indian Premier League, and Pakistan Super League tournaments. In 2011, he was inducted into the International Cricket Council (ICC) Academy as a member under the chairmanship of West Indies skipper Clive Lloyd to select the world's outstanding cricketers and umpires for ICC annual awards. He has also written articles for the Wisden Almanac, the Bible of Cricket, and for the Wisden India Almanac. Apart from cricket, he has also covered the Dubai ATP tennis tournaments, as well as athletic events around the globe. Mr. Nair is also a trained stage actor. The VijnAnVikAs family has great pleasure in welcoming Sri K.R. Nair and his wife Ajita Nair to this online function. Sir, it's a great privilege today to have you as a chief guest for the evening. On behalf of the Vivians and the parents, I would like to extend a warm welcome as well as invite you to speak a few words of felicitation.
Good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Respected Sadish ji, all parents and children, it's a great honor to be addressing such a big gathering. Although in a Zoom it's a different experience, but it is very nice to see so many here. And in fact, a few days ago, Sadish ji asked me, can you come and speak in this? So I told that I'm full of cricket because cricket is my forte. So he said there are a lot of listeners who are loving cricket, so it wouldn't be a problem. So and so the last week on Friday, I attended your talk and realized that he talked about attention, determination, devotion, dedication, and I realized that all these are factors which contribute to many cricketers becoming legends of the game. So I thought I can do justice to this talk. And basically, for me, I believe that we have to have a passion, on whatever we do. For example, I've talked to many international cricketers, legends of the game, and they all had one thing in common, is that they had a deep love towards what they did. For example, cricketers, they loved what they did, and hence they devoted their time fully into it. So the basic thing which I feel is that every one of you should have a dream. Dream plays a very, very big role. Say, for example, I am from Trivandrum, and when I was in Kerala, there was hardly any cricket. because people used to tell, the many friends of my father's have gone, my father has gone and complained that this man plays a sport under the sun, and can't they play something which is when the sun sets, and can't he go and play some game which doesn't affect his health? But for me, that cricket was a passion, and do everything. But the problem was Kerala, there was nobody. Kerala as a cricket team was worse, because if there is a 3-day Ranji Trophy, in 2 days it used to get over. And so there was no way, I could justify that I want to continue cricket. But my love for cricket was such that I went to Bombay. And when I went to Bombay, many asked, who is this man from Kerala to come and write about cricket when they have not even produced a test cricketer? So but I decided that I should devote my love for cricket. But one thing, what I will tell you is that I knew the subject very well, more than the journalist who told me that who is this person coming from Kerala. Because I'm a qualified umpire, I knew also to make pitches, so I had that edge over them. So this is what I would like to point, is that when you, whatever be it maths, be it science, be it sports, have a love for that field and devote your time totally. That you should not feel that you are doing some work or anything, but totally commit yourself, and that is exactly will make you. And it is dreams what will make you, to dream. What, the Abdul Kalam, the president, said that dream is not what you see in sleep. It is the thing which doesn't let you sleep. So carry on that kind of thing. Say, for example, people should dream to become Tendulkar, Kohli, even Yeshudas, Lata Mangeshkar, Mohanlal, even Mohanlal, or Wasim Akram, or Imran Khan. And then visualize, that how it would be when you become such a person, because that is how, Tendulkar came to be known as the god of cricket. And I was fortunate to report him from school days, because I was based in Bombay. So, and I saw him grow up and commit himself to the game. And there were people who criticized him. And his famous quote, that when people throw stones at you, turn them into milestones. And that is exactly what that man did. And you may ask about Kohli. Kohli also said that, for me, cricket is the ultimate, nothing else matters. So to get up early in the morning, work and devote yourself is a fantastic feeling, because they have that passion, the feeling, the urge to do well. I was happy, in my career. I'm happy that I could many times interact with Imran Khan, who went on to become the Prime Minister. And for him, once he told, compromise for your dream, but never compromise on your dream. And that is why he became the Prime Minister. And he was a great leader. And similarly, even with Mohanlal, I have spent too many days. I have acted in school days. I have acted with him in dramas. So I knew the kind of devotion, the dedication he had towards acting. You think that, many say that it is a natural talent in him. No, he works hard on it. I've seen him outside the training, preparing himself before coming in front. And when he comes in front of the camera, he's a totally different man. So this kind of devotion is very, very important. So be whatever be your field. For me, I would say that I worked for 26 years with Gulf News, but I would say that I never worked a single day, because for me, coming and reporting cricket was something, uh, a nice feeling. That is how I went on to report 7 World Cups and traveled around the world. And because that was, and it helped me interact with a lot of cricketers. Cricketers became very close to me, and I could write a lot, many things which people did not know about the game too. So it helped convey whatever I heard, I saw, and to the people. So basically, that, for example, Wasim Akram is considered one of the most fearful, bowler. Everyone say he is the greatest, but he once told me that convince yourself you are the best. Rest of your life you are going to prove this to others. Do you know he was diagnosed with diabetes very early in his age, but he did not give up on his mission. He proved that he is the finest bowler that the world cricket had seen. So in all these things, we find one common element, that is your devotion and dedication and determination to give your best. Many will say that what do you say, that luck plays a very big role. But one thing you understand: the more you sweat, the luckier you get. That is a fact. Because cricket teaches you a lot, and at the same time, it helps you understand two things. One is failure and success. Today you might score a 0, but tomorrow you might hit a century. But what is that between 0 and 100? That is the devotion, the dedication, the determination to be successful. And you will go back and work hard. I've seen cricketers toiling, because we as journalists sometimes criticize them when they fail. But I have understood the amount of effort we put. We all sit back and say, he doesn't know to play. But you should understand the effort they put in every day. But sometimes you feel, but the people who come back strongly are the people who have gone and broken records. Everyone can achieve what they want, because many times we think, oh, I cannot become a Tendulkar, or I cannot become a Kohli, or maybe a very great singer. But that is the negative thing in you that is telling you, please, stop. But if you are determined, you can prove that you can go and emerge successful, because that self-belief is very, very important. And that self-belief is created through, determination, the determination to succeed. And that is very, very vital. So I feel everyone also should learn from people who have done their best, because every day we come across many people. There are and many successful people. So read about those who became successful. And no one became successful overnight. They became through hard work. And it is this hard work that we call them later on as legends. And they have gone on to break records. We sit back and applaud them for hours, watching them. And even if it is actors, we watch Mohanlal and say, oh, what actor, Mammootty, all of them, we say, what acting? Yes, but it is not that, it is that inborn talent. Every one of us have inborn talent, but that inborn talent should be backed with hard work. Never ever take anything for granted. I know that I will do this, I will do that. No. Sincerely make an effort. Early morning, get up. You actually could jump out of the bed thinking, this is the day I want to do more than what I did yesterday. People say that you cannot reach Tendulkar in records. Yes, because every day he was setting the bar higher and higher. And that is why people called him the greatest. People say he is the god of cricket. Why? Because he made himself look like a god. Because what control over his whole life is important. Because you should understand that when you have fame, you can get a lot of distractions. But I have been with him at exactly 8:30, come what may, even if he is having a party, he is gone, because he needs that sleep to be fresh next day. There are cricketers who stayed back and never reached where this man reached. That's the difference. Because it is a sacrifice, but the thing is, your goal is more than your weakness. Your weakness should not pull down your dream, and your goal should be to be the best. And to be the best, give as much time as you can on whatever you love, whatever you like to devote time on. Because people will say you cannot be successful. Never take it there. Because if you love something, you can do it as long as you want. And see, many of you might be playing games. Why are you playing game? Because you are enjoying it, you are loving it. But imagine if it is a subject or a field which you like, and you devoted the same kind of and you took the same kind of enjoyment out of it, you will be successful. And dream, because dream always to, there's a famous thing where when Abdul Kalam always told that when your signature turns into autograph, that is the time when you have become successful. Visualize yourself. Today, it is not autograph alone. Everyone wants to take a selfie with you. Visualize yourself. You walk into a hall, people bow, get up and salute for you. And that you visualize, and to get the salute and get the kind of adulation, you need to put in the effort. And to put in the effort, you must love what you do. And to love once you love, you will try to understand everything. I never get bored reading a cricket book. Read. And similarly, it should be. If you are interested in science, read as much as you can on science. If you are interested in maths, Keep solving problems as much as you can, so that when you go to the international arena, people should salute and tell you that you are special. And remember, you can become special because that is there, that is within you. And so, my friends, all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your kind words that enlightened us all. Uttamam is all about the message that chapter 15, the Purushottama Yoga, carry for us in dealing with the situations in life and work in this world. It is the summum bonum of life and living. Chapter 15 has been considered as a knowledge-based summary of the whole of Bhagavad Gita. Uttamam covers the message of this chapter through 4 topics: the path of pleasure versus the path of good, expressions of the self, manifestations of the self, and the perfect self. Purushottama Yoga summarizes the entire essence of not just the Bhagavad Gita, but also all the Upanishads in the 20 slokas. So, without any further ado, let us begin.
Namaste. The Purushottama Yoga is the path towards perfection. How do we say that we are alive? We are aware of our existence because we are enlivened by the self within. This self is there in me, it is there in you, and it is there in every single human being in this world. The power of the self